Hi, welcome back to Poorly Explained. So this one's special. I've told you about, I don't know, like 1,000 episodes and 20 some movies. What do you think's been missing?
We've had animation, so we're either looking at a 3D CG like Code Lyoko nonsense or claymation.
That's right, anime girls. What if the monsters were anime girls?
Ultraman's gonna punch a bunch of women?
What if Ultraman wasn't even in the show? Okay, that's a lie. The voice of Ultra 7 is in like one episode.
Great.
So there's a show called Kaiju Girls, and oh boy, what a show! Three girls find out they are possessed by the spirits of Agura, Miklos, and Wyndham.
Ooh.
For the uninitiated, these are Seven's capsule monsters.
Why would they pick those?
They go to an academy run by Pigmon, where they see Zeton put out a fire.
Oh god.
To be fair, Miklos and Wyndham do get brought back every once in a while. Like you saw Wyndham do the burning finger.
Yeah, but like that's like making Ultraman Victory the main character of a show.
They gave him a movie. It's fine.
Did he actually get a win?
Yeah, yeah, he
Oh.
did actually.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't a hand-holding win from Ginga fusing with him. In fact, that fusion got beat. And then they're like, well, with my victory knife,
Oh my god.
which is also a flute.
I mean, that's Power Rangers, that's fine.
So all these episodes are like 5 minutes long.
Okay.
So there's not going to be a whole lot to this.
Okay.
Pigmon is no help when it comes to teaching the girls how to transform. After watching Red King suplex Gomora, Miklos gets hyped and transforms. Wyndham transforms off screen after looking at some boys love manga. She was at the library checking it out.
At the library? The library has yaoi?
Or the bookstore, one of the two.
Oh my god.
Books were involved.
I would figure. Oh my god.
Agura transforms to stop a car from gently bumping into a preschool. Like, it's moving like, I don't know, 1 mile per hour, and everybody's just like, oh no, we gotta stop it! It's great. The girls had to pass out flyers, and Miklos has the idea to just scatter them to the wind. Unfortunately, if no one picks them up, she'll get in trouble. Ella King shows up to catch them all.
Okay.
The girls hang out with Red King until she has to go beat up an arsonist.
I didn't think Red King was... I was fairly certain 90% of the kaiju were bad guys.
That's very generous. Only 90%?
I mean...
But these aren't the kaijus. These are girls possessed by the kaijus.
I don't... Whatever.
Red King is brought in for a career day. Miklos isn't sure if she wants to join the Kaiju Fighting League. They have a Street Fighter thing where they fight each other.
Okay.
It's wrestling. They wrestle each other.
Okay. I mean, that's on brand. That's what they do in the suits.
The girls are tasked with stopping the arsonist Xandrias, but are having a hard time doing so. Red King arrives and throws her into a building.
Okay.
The girls hang out with Gomora, who constantly picks fights with street vendors. Agora has to come up with an opening act for Gomora's speech. The shadows are becoming active. Yeah, that's the villains. The shadows.
Okay.
Wyndham is about to go berserk after hearing spoilers about her favorite anime, but Ella King is there to stop her. In an attempt to impress Red King, Miklos throws herself off a building. Red King throws the former arsonist Zandrius off the building to catch her. Zandrius can fly.
Oh, alright. I was like, how would that solve the problem? That feels like you've created a second problem.
No, it's fine. The girls take an exam in order to become official Kaiju girls, but midway through, the shadows appear in town. Everyone goes to fight the horde of shadows. It's going pretty well until the shadow beasts arrive. Agora throws herself off a building to defeat one. It's her special move.
That's dumb. That's really dumb.
Zeton shows up and easily destroys everybody. Season 2. These are even shorter.
Oh, God.
They're like 4 minutes. Agora gets sent to King Joe's signing event, which gets interrupted by Jugs going berserk. Alien Guts is there as backup. Yes, Jugs is in this show for some reason.
I was like, why is he here?
I don't know why he's here.
He's not even... Well, I guess he... No, he's not a kaiju.
No, he just shows up as the people.
Oh my god.
Also, he's really into King Joe.
Okay.
Look. In Z, in Zet, think it was Zet, they fucking steal a King Joe, and he's the commander of the attack team.
Okay.
I don't know. Alien Guts easily defeats Jugs, and then explains that he's been possessed by Shadow Mist, which mostly affects normal people. And Jugs. Jugs is not a normal people. Agora and Guts hang out at a cafe. A second Guts appears while Guts is sleeping.
Okay.
She gets possessed by the Shadow Mist, but because the Guts aliens can make clones of themselves, only her clone got affected by the Shadow Mist.
That doesn't make any sense. Whatever.
Zeton and Pigmont put together a special training session for everyone. Ella King learns that the Shadow Mist is coming from an even bigger big bad. Because they're like, oh, the Shadow Beasts, they're the big bad. And then they're like, no, there's something bigger than the Shadow Beasts.
Yeah.
With training completed, Gomora takes the girls around town to show off her gentle, in quotes, fighting style on those affected by the Shadow Mist. Mostly just punching them in the face.
That's fine.
Red King and Wyndham go to Zandrius' house and watch her mom beat up some shadows.
Okay.
See, Zandrius is a kaiju that often shows up in pairs.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, for some reason, I don't know, whatever. Miklos gets beat up by the second Guts. Agora doesn't want to believe that's what had happened. Another slow-moving car is about to hit the preschool. Guts fights her outer darkness and gets crucified. Zandrius' band's concert is also delayed. They brought back the Noisler. To be honest, I couldn't tell you anything about the Noisler except that it's called the Noisler.
Alright.
Something about it liking noise. I don't remember what show it was from. I think it was like Dinah.
There's something like at the edge of my memory that there was a gimmick to that episode. Like they defeated in a really stupid way. I think they might have annoyed it to the point where it left. Or something.
That might be how they did it. I don't know. I'd search it up, but it would take way too long.
That's fine.
The girls hatch a plan to defeat the shadow-possessed Guts, who is at least 50% stronger than the original. The girls trick Shadow Guts into showing up so they can gang up on her. Guts borrows Miklas's phone to also get in on the action. See, they have cell phones, and that's how they transform.
Okay. That's...
And Shadow Guts stole regular Guts' cell phone. It's fine. Guts vs. Shadow Guts turns into everyone vs. Shadow Guts, and she's easily defeated. The Shadows coalesce into the Shadow General. Everyone bands together to beat up the Shadow General, and Agira throws herself off a building again. Black Commander arrives. You probably don't remember Black Commander.
No.
He was the big bad from the final arc of Leo. He had 1,000 plans.
Right. And he was defeated by children.
Yes. Okay, so the movie.
Is the movie longer than every single episode put together?
It's about the same length. It's about an hour long.
That's still impressive.
So Pegaso joins up with Black Commander, Silverbloom, and Nova in an attempt to evade the Earth.
Who the fuck's Pegaso?
The only thing I could tell you would be like, do you remember Jeed's idiot alien friend? No, of course you don't. He was one of the Pegasus.
Whatever. Just okay. I don't.
The only fun thing about this is Silverbloom is the one who killed all of Leo's friends with nacho cheese.
Oh no.
Some of their plans include trying to eat all the food at the department store and taunting the Kaiju girls from an elevator.
Is this fucking Sailor Moon?
Kind of. Black Commander is a fail girl.
What?
You've never heard that term before?
No.
Okay, well think like Jessie from Pokemon.
Oh. Okay.
Basically that.
Okay.
Anyway, they eventually pull the big bad from Tiga out of Pegasus' Dark Zone. They feed her chocolate and have her go on a rampage.
The thing they pulled out?
Yes.
Okay.
Realizing that this is actually a bad situation, they send her back to the Dark Zone.
Oh, I'm glad they could just do that.
It took a little work, but yeah, they just steal the child back into the fucking void. It's fine. Yeah.
Wait, what? That's it?
Yeah, yeah, that's basically it.
That felt like it's just a series of long episodes. That didn't feel like a movie.
It was a series of long episodes. That's kind of just what it was. there was a bit more to it. There's a part where Black Commander infiltrates the Kaiju Girls' headquarters, and they just watch as she just runs into all of them, and they're just like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing here?" And she just keeps getting in trouble. Pegasa gives them tips on what not to do. Like, don't declare war from an elevated position, because the chance of actually winning that fight is like 3%.
But you have the high ground.
Yeah, well, just don't do it.
That's dumb.
Look, they drop a mech on them. I don't know. Never, like... Most villains who don't have the numbers on their side when they get into a fight, they lose.
Okay.
Like, chance of success is like 5%. Never turn your back when you're running away.
I feel like that's just as bad, for being honest. Because then you're just gonna trip over something because you're running backwards.
No, it's fine. Never use your signature move first.
I mean, I feel like that's a wrestling, that's like pro wrestling advice and not...
Well, what is Ultraman if not pro wrestling?
I don't know.
But yeah, no, there's a whole segment of like that. There's a segment where they try to get Pegasa to use her abilities, and she can only use her abilities by feeling sad.
Okay.
So like, no, she's good at everything, and she's got nothing to be sad about. And then I don't know. So it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I was going to give you a poorly explained on the manga, which is unrelated. There's like 4 different kaiju girls. But, yeah, no, I didn't finish it. I got through the first volume, and it was basically just one of the defeated monsters from Ultraman 66 wakes up in high school. Yeah, the Monster Graveyard School.
Oh, that's less cool.
As an anime girl. And, she wants to get revenge. And she tries to start a club called the Ultraman Annihilation Group or something like that. And everybody's just like, nah, it's cool here. Then they go on a field trip, and they're like, or they're going on a school trip, and they had to get votes on where to go, and everybody's like, well, let's go to Monsterland. And one of the monsters from Ultraman 66 is like, I want to go to Earth. And they're like, Earth is an option? We can pick that? and so they go around like, hey, you want to go to Earth? And everybody's just like, no, last time I went there, I exploded.
I mean, that's fair.
And so they have a bird make shadow clones of itself like 10,000 times. It's a Guts bird. You see, Guts can make clones of themselves.
Sure.
And they just fucking have this thing make 10,000 clones, and they just fill the ballot box with votes to go to Earth.
Oh, okay. Oh. Damn.
But I didn't read the rest of it. There's like 7 volumes, and I don't think 3 of them are ever going to get localized. But, yeah, that was the Kaiju Girls anime. I've been really looking forward to this one.
It seems to be of a similar quality to the rest of Ultraman.
Yeah.
I mean, that manga sounds kind of special, but the anime sounded
kind of like nothing. Yeah, it kind of is, because they had an hour. That was it. And at least 5 minutes of that hour was intros and outros. 10 minutes of that hour. Probably. Alright, well, we'll be back for a real Ultraman next time.